Hello everyone. So today is part 2 of my biggest craft order, and we are going to be reviewing the final 4 kits. Alright, so we're going to start off with the one odd kit out, and I'm sure you know what this is based on the packaging. It is a beaded cross stitch. So today I chose, or for this order, I chose these lovely birds and flowers. I think there are 2 styles, there might be more. This is a 9-count stamped cross stitch kit. It is beaded embroidery, and this is style number 2. It is 16 by 53 centimeters, and it cost $15.99. But with their promo, I only paid $12.63. So I'm just going to bring this a bit closer sideways so you can see it a little bit better. And I did already start this one, so I do have progress already to show you. I know I reviewed one that was just flowers. Can't quite remember which company that was, but I decided to start this one first. Okay, let's pull everything out. Oh, come on. Alright, so that was everything in the packaging. So this did come with needles that were in the fabric. I'm not sure if they're still going to be in there. So the first thing we get in these beaded kits is instructions on how to do it. Essentially, you're just doing a bunch of half stitches with a bead on it, but you have to make them all go in the same direction. The next thing we get is a list of all of our colors, so the symbols on the pattern and the colors they represent, or the numbers that correspond on the bag. So, and then I can't read that, and this is a small pattern, and it's kind of just on a glossy paper, but it's still fairly easy to read. But also, I doubt you'll even need this paper pattern because these work up so fast. And I do gotta say, the canvas does have a different legend than the paper pattern, so you are gonna have to kind of compare and match if you do end up needing the paper pattern for whatever reason. But I think it's easier to read than this on the fabric, which is perfect because I don't think I'll need the paper pattern. So we're actually going to look at the beads first because I did already start this, and you'll see the beads when I show you that. And we have 20 colors. I don't think I put these back in order. Color 10. Ooh, throwing one. Color 14. Color 9, 3, 7, 17, 19, 12, and these are plastic beads, 2, 11, 13, 1, 15, which I've used a lot of, 5, 6, 20, 16, 18, 8, which is a very cute pink, and 4, which kind of has like a purple tinge to it in person. I'm not sure if that's going to show up in the video. So we did get all 20 colors, and you should always receive more beads than you'll actually need. Now with the canvas, it does come serged, and it looks like I put the needle back when I was done using it, so that's essentially all the tools we get. And it also comes with a spool of thread. Typically this would be wrapped in a plastic. I did open it though because I started it. And you get way more thread than you need. It's serged, and it is a firmer canvas. I want to keep mine kind of firm. I don't want to scrunch it up or make it soft or anything. And the legend is nice and large and fairly simple. And it's so easy to follow along on the pattern. And as you see, these are 9-count stitches. And then just the pattern itself. So simple. So easy to read. Especially since it's being in 9-count. 9-count is so easy to kind of look at. And then at the bottom here we have the portion I worked on. But real quick, let me just... This is about the size. And this is what I've gotten done so far. So this looks better from a distance in person, but it looks pretty good to me on my camera, which makes me very happy to see. I did, gosh, I want to say like, this is like 2 sit-downs of working on it for me. I haven't picked it up since. I have wanted to, but you'll see my reasoning at some point soon, hopefully, as to why I'm taking a break from the beaded ones for now. So I'm going to fold that back up. Oh. And this is washable. You will be washing this when you are done. And I'm just going to pick this up, and I will be right back with kit number 2. Okie dokie, and this is kit number 2. So this one was actually a freebie. I don't currently know what or if they even still have this promotion going on. It was that you spend a certain amount and you can pick a bookmark for free. So let me go ahead and, oh gosh, there's no big photo here, but this is it. So this is a Yeshu brand bookmark. I believe it's actually 2 bookmarks. I'm not sure if you're supposed to stitch them side by side. I haven't really read the instructions yet. But it is 11 count, and it is 25 by 8 centimeters. And normally this would cost $4.99 for both, but I got this one for free. And as you can see, it's Lord of the Rings, because of course that's the one I was going to go with. It's The Hobbit. Standard instructions that come with pretty much all cross-stitch kits. In case you are new, they just give you the rundown of how things are done, how to care for it, how to wash it. Oh, I'm just realizing the picture was the paper pattern. And we do have a standard toolkit here, and those are 11 count appropriate needles. So the paper pattern is the same for each one. So, you know, it's a little bit silly that they printed it twice, but that's okay. And over here we have our legend. It just shows 2 symbols side by side. Oh my goodness, I have one of my hair stuck to me. And it looks like only 17 colors, so I'm curious to see how this comes out. And I do think this would be a fairly quick stitch for each one. So maybe I'll work on one of those in downtime and show you what that looks like. But the printing is super clear. This is on tear-proof paper. And I believe the canvas has the exact same printing. It does. So this is super saturated. Yeah, I was gonna say, I bet you the red shows through. It is serged. This is a bit of a stiffer canvas, but they do soften up if you scrunch them up. I'm not quite sure why they serged it, because we're gonna have to cut these out anyways. But I guess it makes it less likely to snag while you're stitching, which is good. And then they do have the picture still, the same legend. So this is exactly what's on the paper pattern here. It's just looking a little more saturated. And obviously larger, because this is 11 count and the paper pattern isn't nearly as big. But it's always good to have the paper pattern, because if something ever gets on this or makes it wet and you damage it, you know, that paper pattern is going to be your best friend. But you can see that they have this, and I sadly don't see instructions specifically for how to make this into a bookmark. But what I personally would do is I would cut maybe, yeah, probably just one above. So I'd cut after this first row of white here, and then maybe like suture or serge or blanket stitch or something around that, just to kind of make it stick. Because yeah, I don't think pulling these will work, but these are kind of big for bookmarks, don't you think? Like that's pretty wide. So I think maybe these would have been better off as 14 count, now that I think about it. But I'm not complaining about a free gift, and it's Lord of the Rings, which is what inspired me to get my ears pointed in the first place, so I really can't say much. Oh, it's just so cute. I've never seen so few. It does come in the rubber band still, thankfully, and they are on the floss drop still. I don't know why they sometimes do it this way. So I'm just gonna flip through the colors. It's a really dark green right there. It's the same. No, those are different yellows. See, I don't know why they put that on there sometimes, because I know it's under there, because I've had some with this without the gray that have the symbol up there. Oops, sorry, that was brown. Some more greens, fuchsia, a few more greens, a brownish color, or an orangey brown, and then a gray, which I'm assuming would be the stepping stones. And this is super soft. Very nice and feeling. And I'm sure we're gonna have plenty extra, which I love extras because I like to modify my kits, and I always end up using new colors from my stash sometimes rather than the colors that they gave me. Alright, so this was kit number 2. Hold on a minute really quick. I just realized there's a tassel here. So I'm thinking maybe you do stitch the 2 pieces together, and while you're stitching, maybe hook that tassel in there. I'm not sure if at any point there was another tassel, but I haven't opened this kit before. This was just kind of stuck to the cellophane bag. So there is a tassel, and I'm gonna assume these are meant to be sewn together. I might do that, but I would use it in like a ringed binder because it's gonna be so thick. Okay, now we'll go to kit 3. Okay, you might have to give me 1 second. Alright, so kit 3 is actually one of 3 blind boxes I got at $5.99 each. But with their threshold promo, I only paid $8.23. So I only liked this one, so this is going to be the only one I review for you today. But before I start going over this one, I'm going to show you really quick the other 2 I got. So I got this woman in a bathtub. I'm not really into that, so, and it looks like she's reading like a romance book or something. So I'm not into that type of thing, so I will not be putting my time into it. And then this, also not really my cup of tea. The colors just don't look contrasting enough. The roses don't look super defined. They kind of look a little blobby to me. And then this just kind of looks like a mess as well. So I'm also not going to be doing this. I may try and sell these or donate these online, especially where I'm trying to get money. I gotta list all of my kits. I have a huge stash of kits I want to destash. I just need to figure out where to destash those. I might be able to on Etsy, I'm not sure. But if you all want a video of what I'm destashing, please let me know, because I'd happily put these on Etsy and you can purchase them from me on there, and Etsy will give me a discount on shipping as well. So yeah. So sticking with the one I do want, I you know, since these are mystery boxes, I don't have the information besides what's on the packaging. It's called Gladiolus? Gladiolus? Is that what those are called? And it's part of the round series of plants, and I have a few of these, so I definitely wanted to keep this one, especially with how bright and vivid and contrasting these colors were. So you can see here, it is a 14 count, so it uses 2 strands, and it is 23 by 28 centimeters. And, of course, it is a Joy Sunday. And I just want to also say, not every blind box you get is going to be a Joy Sunday. I think a while ago, I did a video where I bought a bunch of blind boxes from Biggest Craft, and I got a wide variety of kits and brands. So Joy Sunday has their instructions here on the back of the paper, and they always come in this Ziploc bag. Right, there's that. Let me see. This pattern doesn't want to come out. Give me a second. Whoa. See, and this is printed nice and big. And the Joy Sundays patterns, more often than not, will mimic the actual colors in the finished product. And it's always super easy to read. Look how thick that back stitching is, though. And it looks like there's a few French knots in here as well. Yeah, so we go this way. We have a nice little thumbnail down here. And this is kind of dirty. I know my filter that I put on my videos is going to be better than this. It's leaving a dusty feeling on my hand. That is mold. So I'm actually not going to review this. I have severe allergies to certain things. So I'm probably actually just going to toss this in the trash. I hate to say that, but I'm going to put this away and wash my hands immediately. I'll be back with kit number 4. Alright, well, that was a disappointment. Biggest Craft, hi. We're currently talking through one of my emails actually about one of the massive kits that I purchased from you. So if you want to reach out to me in that same chat about the sticky stuff being on it before I end up reviewing it, feel free to email me on that chat thread as well. You guys should be checking kits if they've been in a warehouse for a while. If you're hanging on to them, or if you're drop shipping, reach out to the production company and tell them to check their kits, please, for mold. And it's quite common when you store things with mold, that mold can spread. And I actually do have really bad asthma attacks regarding like mold and pet dander and such. So definitely, for safety reason and the health of your customers, please be making sure that the kits are getting checked and not coming with mold. That is pretty disappointing. I know sometimes things happen, but you know, just a thought to keep your eye open for that and checking older kits. So moving on, let me open this so we get a full one. Well, by full one, I mean the full image. Alright, so this one is super cute. I bought this one kind of as a test though. Let me scroll up here so I can see all of her information. So this one is called Manga Girl, and I believe she is a Yishu kit. Now, this picture doesn't really show it, but this on the website actually looks pixelated, or like it could have been a cross stitch. Let me see if my internet will work enough for me to click on this. While we're waiting, I guess, she's an 11 count. I have suspicion she is a Yishu. She's 45 by 55 centimeters, and she costs $10.99, but with their threshold promo, I only paid $8.68. And she is so cute. I love her. It's just so cute and bubbly and happy, and like, oh my goodness, little holographic wings. The cute cat even has wings. It's like they're a little family. Let me move this stuff out of the way. Oh no, my website, my Wi-Fi doesn't even work. Alright, well the website won't load now because my Wi-Fi has been really bad today, so I might not even be posting this the day I record it. We do have our instructions on the back, same as Joy Sunday and how I explained it for every other kit. And let me fold this again so we can just look at the pattern here, because I really don't care if my paper's full of folds. And it is that tear-proof paper again. Ooh, I do care if the folds aren't straight though. Please be straight. I need a straight fold. There we go. All right, nice sized paper pattern. As you can see here next to my thumb, very clearly printed, very easy to read. Let me turn the brightness down by 1. I think I overshot a little bit. Oops, sorry, I keep hitting the camera. So very, very nice to read. And first thing I always like to do when I open a new kit is kind of look if I can see the image. And I definitely can here. And I think the only reason it may be slightly more difficult than usual is because we have 40 colors in here, so that's quite a bit. That's a little more on the higher end of what you get in Yishu kits, so I do believe this is a Yishu kit. The 40 colors, the symbols they use, the layout, the way their legend looks, this to me is a Yishu. It's not labeled as one though, so I could be wrong. And up here we have our little thumbnail and our legend, which see if I can fold again a little bit. Sorry about that. So a bunch of different symbols. None of them look too similar to get confusing. As long as, oh, well maybe these two, because there's an orange and a red. So what I like to do when that happens is I will see how contrasted they are actually on the canvas. It doesn't matter what it looks like on the paper pattern. Because let's be honest, if we're buying printed, we're buying it for the canvas, you know, because we don't want to be using the paper pattern. I'm going to fold this a little differently than my other ones. And then I'm going to fold her where her entire photo shows, because I just care that I can see the photo. So that's how I'm going to put her back when I pick this up. We have a standard toolkit here, which in case you don't know, there's a needle threader for smaller needles and larger needles. We have 5 needles held together by a pom-pom so they're not jumping around the bag. And we have this adjustable thimble. Oh, now it loads. Okay, yeah, so it's not a cross stitch. It's definitely pixel art. So I think it's fine that they had to re-render it, though it would be cool if they could figure it out pixel by pixel. That would just be a really large cross stitch though, and probably pretty expensive to produce. But it would be a cool idea. And if you remember, she's barely a square, just a little bit taller than that. So this is super saturated. And so I need to find the orange ones. And red ones. Where are the red ones? So I want to make sure those symbols are different. Might take me a second. There's a lot of the orange ones. Sorry about the sniffles. I'm still mildly sick. Okay, yep. So right down here we have orange ones, and then right up here we have red ones. They are pretty similar, so definitely make sure that you're getting them in one go. That way when you go back, you're not unsure, because I know sometimes it's a little hard to tell when there's like stitching right next to other stitches what it is. Oh my gosh, you can really see where the kitty is. So cute. So as always, we have a serged canvas. Love it. And we have some information down here. 44 by 54, just like in the listing. And it is 168 stitches by 212 stitches. And it is very clearly printed. Though it is a bit saturated. And I'm gonna fold this in half really quick so you can see how well the legend is done. Sorry, I got mucus like messing up my speech. So the serging is not thick enough to really get in the way of seeing the legend, which is really nice that they do that in these kits. And it is super easy to read. We have what number it is, the symbol, and the DMC code, which will coincide with the floss cards. A little bit of color blocking, but to me this one looks like a lot of confetti. So there's like color blocking up here, but then there's like all this confettiing going on, but that's okay. This has 40 colors again, so you know it's gonna have that definition and detail. And this is a firmer canvas again, but this one actually feels more likely to loosen up than the bookmarks would, so that's good. Not that it's a bad thing, because, you know, they just put stiffeners and stuff on it to make it easier to print, so, you know, never worry about that. I just ripped the rubber band off most of these, so bear with me. You're gonna hear crinkling, because I'm struggling. Alright, one more thing. The code right down here should match the code on your kit. That's how you know you got the right colors. And they do come in their own little cellophane bag. And they did come banded. I don't know why I tried to pick it up by the rubber band, but it just slid off of over half of them. And again, we have 40 colors, so I'm just gonna show it like this first. Definitely giving the colors needed for this picture. Let me uncover that for you. See, definitely her colors. Gorgeous. I love it. This is the kind of autumn theme I want for colors. So cute. So since there's a lot, I'm just gonna kind of flip through these quickly. Again, with them doing that. And my bird is talking. Lots of these ones. Really cute colors. Oh my gosh. Sorry about Nintendo. There's a darker color in here. What is that? I think it's like a darker gray color. I'm not really seeing any blacks, but it does look like this photo kind of has like a filter over it with some pinky fuchsia tones. So I don't really expect black. So I'm really interested in seeing how this comes out. And this is a nice handful of floss cards. I always end up getting something I want to start. I mean, again, why would you buy a kit if you don't want to work on it? That's where the big problem is, am I right? So nice. And you guys, I do want to say, because I don't want to sound like I'm coming after Biggest Craft for letting them know about the mold issue. I've dealt with their customer service on my personal email several times, and also my non-personal email, depending on if I remember to log in before I make my own purchases, and they've always been extremely helpful. So don't worry about like anything. They're always there to help you and resolve the issue and work with you. They are just like so patient with me because my autistic butt is so weird about things and particular, but also not at the same time. But I just want to say thank you to them for having patience with me. I know I reach out quite often. I'm sorry. I just love their site so much, so I buy from them probably the most. So obviously I'm more likely to run into issues with them than other companies when I'm mostly buying from them. But, you know, things can happen no matter who you buy from. It's the customer service that matters. So that was our very soft floss. And that is the end of kit number 4. Alright, so I'd say those were the 4 kits I got, but since I tossed one, unfortunately, these are the 3 kits I reviewed today. I hope you saw something you liked, or at least enjoyed the idea of one of them. I definitely want to try this bookmark really bad because I haven't done one yet, or work on this more. I'm so indecisive, you guys. I need someone to pick for me. Anyways, if you liked the video, you know what to do. Comment below, tell me your favorite. I will link everything I found and shared with you here today, including the blind box if you want to give the blind box a go. I've bought in so many of them, and this is the first time I ever had a moldy one, so I highly doubt that will ever be an issue for the majority of people. My next video is going to be maybe I'll do these videos around the same time. So I'm not sure which one I'm going to do first. So it's either going to be 2 diamond paintings, I think from Fansells, or Paint Some Way. I'm not sure. You'll see when the video comes out. So there are 2 diamond paintings. Or it's going to be about my custom cross stitch from Fansells, because I love my custom cross stitches. And that reminds me, I also need to make an update video and show you the one I got the first time to compare to a DIY version. So that's going to be interesting. Alright, well, it was nice seeing you guys again. I hope no one else gets sick with what I had. I'm still sick, but I'm better enough to where I'm finally eating as of yesterday. So stay healthy, you guys. Avoid the sickness, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, you guys.